Hey guys, A here. I am super excited to show you today one of my most used EDC items. This particular item, if I am not wearing athletic shorts and doing yard work, it's on me. Like literally if I'm awake and not in athletic shorts, this item is a part of my carry. And it allows me to carry so many cool pieces of gear easily. That makes this a no-brainer to add to my everyday carry, to add to my kit. So stick around and check out what this item is. Here we go. All right, this is the lovely item. This is my leather belt pouch, and front and back, a nice dark brown on this with the little strip of black leather. We got the little key ring here, the key loop, and then, you know, solid brown leather on the back. And it allows you to carry a flashlight, has a flashlight slot, has a pin slot, and then over here we have the knife multi-tool slot. And I only use this for knives, personally. This always holds a pocket knife for me, and I slip my pocket clip of the pocket knife onto it. But if you're using it for a multi-tool and don't have a pocket clip, or if you don't have a pocket clip on your knife, then you can just slide your knife or multi-tool down in this slot. And if you have a lanyard on it, you can simply pull it out that way. Oddly enough, this is my only knife that has a lanyard, so perfect for demonstration purposes. That works out well. Or if you don't have a lanyard on it, it does have the slot, so you can simply push out your multi-tool or knife and you're good to go. But this item, I just wear it. I wear it, and it allows me to take two of my heavier pieces of gear and get them out of my pockets, free up my pocket space. Because I'm not sure about you and how you feel with your gear, but I don't like being weighed down in my pockets. Like, I like having stuff on my right side. In my right side pockets, I will have, you know, different, like I'll carry a small multi-tool in it. I'll carry some change. I'll carry some mints or breath strips. I will carry an extra hair tie. In my back pocket, I always have a little bit of cash, not much, but enough. And I always, like, my right side has stuff in it, and I'm good with that. And then my left side, usually in my front pocket, I always have my cell phone. So I don't like having my flashlight in my front pocket, and I'm not a huge fan of having a flashlight in my back pocket because you sit on it. Or worse, you scratch up your car when you're walking by it. So this item allows me to remove two of my heavier items and free up my pockets from all three items and get them out of the way. And I've also noticed that if I have a flashlight of any great size in my pocket, like, I feel it. I know I'm carrying it. If I've got a bigger pocket knife on me, I know it's there. But with these, I don't feel the weight. Like when it's on my hip and it's in my little pouch here, I don't feel it near as much. I don't notice that I have it on. And for me, when I wear this, it ends up being on my right hip. I thread it right around so it sits there, but where it does not interfere with my front pocket or my back pocket. So it kind of sits right there on my side. And let's talk about what I've got in it. So on the, I don't actually clip my keys here. I don't want my keys that vulnerable. And honestly, I have a 2-year-old. I don't want my 2-year-old pushing my key buttons because they're sitting right here next to my front pocket. So on this, I have my little County Com glow fob thing. And this is just cool in general. It's nice and colorful. But one thing that's really cool about this is pop it with a flashlight here, and it glows. It's a little hard to see, but I think you can get the idea that this thing will glow when it's hit with some light. There we go. You can tell a little. I'll try to get this back in on a different episode in the dark. Maybe even I'll cut in a shot here. We'll see. But so this is always on here, just something easy and fun to have. And I can do exactly what I just did, pop it with my flashlight for a few seconds and hand this to my little guy. And the little man will be fascinated by the glowing fob for quite some time. So we got that going on, and then, I mean, where does everyone want to start off with? We gotta talk about the knives, right? So this has been my setup for a while. The 3 items in here have been in here for probably 2 weeks now, which is a very long time for me to carry the same items. But it's been that way since this item came into my possession. This is my newest acquisition, and this is the Sebenza Small 31, the Chris Reeves Sebenza Small 31. I have not taken off the factory lanyard that came with it, which is why it has a lanyard on it. I'm not big on lanyards. Not sure why. I've never put them on, but honestly, having the lanyard on, I'm not hating it. I'm definitely not a fan of this nylon cord they've got, but it hasn't come off yet because I'm trying to decide, am I going to put my own on, or am I just going to take it off altogether? So until I make a decision, I'm leaving this on, and if it gets annoying, I'll cut it off. But otherwise, it might be replaced with a different lanyard. But this was definitely a knife of long pursuit for me. It took me a very long time to pay the money that they wanted for it, but the hype's real, guys. If you haven't touched a Chris Reeves Sebenza, the hype's real. Like, it's a gorgeous knife, and it holds up well. We'll see how long it holds up in the long term, but in the short term, I'm not afraid to use it, and that counts for a lot in my book. So since this knife came into my possession, this is the only knife that's been in my leather pouch. But I do have some other knives that regularly see time. My Spyderco Delica, this is in there a lot. This is the orange version. Great knife, and it is a much wider knife than the Sebenza, but just to prove to you here, this knife fits wonderfully in here. You could even go Endura. Spyderco Endura is a longer knife, a bigger knife. That would even fit in here as well. I just don't happen to have one. But the picture, the logo that you see, or at least right now, it might be a different logo when you watch it, you can see this knife. This is my Kershaw Blur in red. Love this knife. I also have it in OD green. Like, I love the action on that. And that was totally off camera. Let me see if I can help you out with that. Man, gorgeous knife. Fits in my hand wonderfully. I realize as a lady, my hand is probably smaller than most of you watching this. So if it fits in my hand, doesn't necessarily mean it will yours, but that's a wonderful knife. And then lastly, my Benchmade Barrage. Another lovely knife, awesome knife. This is a tank, and this one sees a lot of time in the leather pouch, and this is probably the biggest knife of the 3, and fits in there perfectly. Not a problem. So those are not all my knives, but definitely ones that see the most carry. And Benchmade Barrage Tonto. Couldn't forget to show you the Tonto on that. But those knives, Sebenza's going back in, because this is going back on my belt when we are done with this video, and the Sebenza belongs there. Honestly, I found myself, I will have the Sebenza in the leather pouch here, and I will end up having a secondary knife, because I thought that I would use it. I thought this would be my pretty knife, and it would be for looks and for showing off, but I would end up using something like my Barrage or my Delica, or, you know, a myriad of other knives. And instead, I'm actually using this, so I'm very happy about that, needless to say. And I noticed a few times I was showing off my wonderful tattoos, my dinosaurs. Little guy loves tattoos, so all of us end up having these washable ones around. So these are here today. Next video probably be an assortment of what you see. Second, we'll move from knives to the middle pocket, the pen here. And this is the Everyman Grafton. This is in military. I also will frequently carry the red. I love the Graftons, but I have just found out from extensive use of these that I do love the pen. I love the feel. I love the size. I like the colors. This military I thought would be an OD green, and it's actually showing up pretty true to color on camera. It's more like a tan gray, I guess. It's actually showing up really true to color on camera. That's pretty spot on to the color right there. And it's not what I was expecting, but I kind of dig it, and that's why it's getting carry time for me. Another one that frequents the pouch is the Right in the Rain metal click. And this one, the thing I like about that is fits perfectly in here. A lot of times I will turn that one sideways and not put the pocket clip on, but reason being, that all but disappears in there. You barely even notice I have a pen when that's going on, and it fits snug enough that even without the clip, it's not coming out, not going anywhere. And then lastly, I don't actually carry this. This is a Schrade tactical pen. I don't have a model for you. I tried to look it up. It's probably really old, 10 years old or better, but it's the screw tab with the glass breaker on the end. And one cool factor for it is that right there, it has the stylus tip. But this pen, the reason I brought this out, I don't actually carry it, but it too will fit in here. So if you're the tactical pen carrier, you're perfectly fine for it in here. And I'm gonna stick the Grafton back where it belongs. And last but not least, flashlights. This flashlight has actually been one of the few I've carried in here because I love this light. And it's not one I'm gonna pocket carry. This is bigger than I want for pocket carry. This is the Olight Warrior Mini 2 in white. Love this flashlight, but literally just too big for me to wear in a pocket. Now that I have this, I use it all the time. So this is most often used in here, but you will also sometimes see the Olight Warrior Mini, the original, and that is in the lovely camo. I'm not a huge fan of camo, but look at that. How do you pass that up? And this one is actually, I don't know if you've seen the side-by-side comparison. The Mini 2 is a pretty good bit bigger than the Mini. The Mini I will carry in my pocket. I have no problem at all pocket carrying this. But the Warrior, and so this one I've carried a lot, but not in the pouch. I will carry it in the pouch, and it's not too small. It fits just fine. Almost disappears with that camo color in there. But I love this light. Just not too often carrying it here, because I feel like if I've got the pouch, I need a better light than something that I would pocket carry anyways, even though this is a fabulous light. So one I will default towards every once in a while in here is the Wildtac BSS Black Scout Survival version 4. And this one is a much larger flashlight than the other two. And if I can get the pocket clip to sit right, this fits as well, and it doesn't sit above the back of the leather, and it does come out the bottom, which goes to show that this pouch, that is the only open-ended pocket. So you could use a longer item in here. And as you can tell from that, I do have the red lens on this light, but it's a very easy take off, and then you just have the white light. But I like leaving that red lens on this light. And you can still get the V4, the Black Scout Survival V4. It's just through Night. I believe Wildtac is actually kind of dissolved, and Through Night has taken over, which I think they were a sister company anyways. More affordable lights from Through Night sold under the name Wildtac, from what I understand. But awesome light, packs a big punch on that. I'm just fine with my Warrior Mini 2 majority of the time though. That's a great light and it fits in here, but I just feel this is the perfect setup for me. So there you have it, guys. That is my belt pouch carry. That is, if I'm wearing a belt, this is on me. And this is the carried gear literally for the last week and a half to 2 weeks. Not an item in here has changed. But those are some of my more frequently carried gear that goes in here. And I have an assortment of gear that you will see on. Let me know if you want a big review on any of those items that you've seen, and I'll try to post links for those items in the description below so you can check them out. But I do have a question for y'all. My Everyman Graftons I love, but I've noticed that they smear. And I hadn't picked up on that until I started using them more heavily here recently. And I was wondering, what is your favorite insert? Like, what do you put inside a pen to use? So let me know, drop in your comments below. Have a great time. I here on EDC, question mark, will never ask you to like or subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it, but you're an adult, you do you. So comment below, talk to me, and I will get back at you with the next video. Bye.